The Pentagon says Russia has fired more than 160 missiles into Ukraine since this invasion started. And they do say at least some of them have been targeted around Ukraine's capital city. Russia keeps saying it's only targeting military targets, but at least one of the missiles shot into Kyiv hit a residential part of that city today. Tonight, that assault apparently continues. Erin McLaughlin is an NBC News correspondent who's in Kyiv right now. She just told us that they have started to hear loud booms in the capital city again. It is about 3:45 in the morning there right now. And joining us now live from Kyiv is Erin McLaughlin. Erin, thank you. We know there's currently a curfew in place. We know it's not just coming up on 4 in the morning. But what can you tell us about what you're seeing and hearing right now?
Hey, Rachel. Well, within the last hour or so, we've heard the sounds of 2 explosions in the distance to my right. At this point, the source of those explosions is unknown. Otherwise, there is an eerie calm that has set in here on the Capitol. You mentioned the curfew that's in place until 7 in the morning. As I'm looking around, not a single person on the city streets. Yesterday was total chaos here. There was explosion after explosion after explosion. The sounds of sirens as people ran for cover inside the city's metro stations, thousands trying to flee. There were long lines of traffic, gas stations running out of gas, long lines at ATM machines. Although some people are choosing to stay and to fight the Russians. I was outside the National Police headquarters here in the Capitol, watching as lines of people were gathering to collect guns. They were handing out AK-47s from the federal government. Yesterday, I was speaking to a local member of parliament. He was there to get 2 AK-47s, one for him, one for his wife. They were hunkering down in the suburbs. He told me that he was worried, that he's concerned, that he's stressed, that he doesn't know how to shoot a gun, that he was going to go home and Google it, figure out how it worked, but that he was prepared to protect his country. And that's something that I've heard over and over and over here from Ukrainians that I've been speaking to. This, as we are expecting the Russians, they are encroaching here on Kyiv, and people here certainly are preparing for the worst than, really what we've already seen so far. Mostly the missile strikes that have happened here in the capital area have targeted military installations and airfields. Rachel?
Is the Ukrainian government being explicit about, we saw the calls today for people for every able citizen to sign up for territorial defense. And we saw the calls from the government, bring your passport. If you are a Ukrainian citizen and you want to fight to defend your country, we will arm you to do so. Are they being explicit that what they're thinking about? I mean, you're talking to that member of parliament and went and picked up an AK-47 for himself and his wife. Are they being explicit that they're expecting Russian troops in the streets and they're expecting urban street fighting, people defending their homes from a ground invasion that will be an occupying force?
Rachel, I don't think they need to be. People here know what's happening. They know what's at stake. Just a few weeks ago, I was at a sort of private training camp, so to speak, in the suburbs of Kyiv. Hundreds of people showing up on their Saturday morning in the freezing cold to learn how to fire a weapon, to learn how to evacuate the wounded, to learn how to administer first aid. And standing in formation was the 73-year-old man. And I asked him, what will you do if the Russians invade your city? What will you do if the Russians invade your country? And he looked at me squarely and he said, I will shoot. I will shoot them. People here know what is at stake here, and they know what is at risk. There was a local pizza parlor here in Kyiv, and the owner of that parlor was handing out free pizzas to anyone who would show had some sort of proof that they had bought a weapon. And he was saying that in his mind, given that he had been on the front lines in 2014, that it was only a matter of when, not if, this invasion took place. So people here, have been preparing. Some have been preparing for some time, Rachel.
NBC News correspondent Erin McLaughlin reporting live from Kyiv just ahead of 4 a.m. there. Erin, thank you. Thank you for your reporting since this has started, and thank you for getting absolutely zero sleep to be with us here tonight. I really appreciate it.